Hi guys, welcome back to Community Review.
Today, I'm in Griesbach, and I'll be breaking down everything you need to know. Griesbach is located in Edmonton, within the District of Northwest. Here's a district map so you can see where some of the key features are located.
Next, let's take a closer look at Griesbach and the history that helped define this community.
Griesbach is one of those communities that has a lot of interesting history behind it. Originally built in the 1950s, as a Canadian Forces base, Griesbach was home to military personnel and their families for decades. In the mid-90s, the Canadian Forces consolidated its bases, and this land was transferred to Canada Lands Company, all for redevelopment. Rather than starting from scratch, the new plan focused on preserving the area's existing trees, incorporating military history, and creating a mix of home styles. Development kicked off in 2002, and it's still growing today. There's tons of new construction all throughout this community. Griesbach was ahead of its time, introducing garage suites and reverse housing before they became popular in Edmonton. The neighborhood layout is built around a massive central park, a waterway, pathway system, and a vibrant commercial village in the southeast. You'll also notice the community pays tributes to its past. Many streets and parks are named after military figures and historical events.
What's the deal with the name?
The neighborhood itself is named after Major General William Antrobus Griesbach. He wasn't just a decorated veteran of the Boer War and World War I, he was also Edmonton's youngest mayor in 1907, a member of parliament, and later, a Canadian senator.
Okay, now that we covered the past, let's take a look at what Griesbach has to offer today, starting with schools.
This neighborhood is zoned for the following public schools: Major General Griesbach School for elementary and junior high school, and Queen Elizabeth High School. For Catholic schools, the designated options for this neighborhood are Catherine Darien Catholic Elementary School, St. Edmund Catholic Junior High School, and Archbishop O'Leary Catholic High School.
Next up, are there any HOA fees in this community?
There are no HOA fees that we could find in this neighborhood.
If you're house hunting, I've got some options for you here in Griesbach. If a detached home is what you're after, there are 6 detached homes currently listed here in Griesbach. Let's get into some pricing.
Over the past year, detached homes were listed at an average price of just over $604,000. They sold at an average price of just over $593,000. Over the last 90 days, the average sale price has been $558,000. Today, you can expect to pay around $673,000 for a detached home here. This means for as little as $42,400, you could own a detached home here. And with the current interest rate of 3.87%, your estimated monthly mortgage cost, excluding utilities and property taxes, could be as low as $3,076. If you're a seller here in Griesbach, buyers are paying on average 100% of the original asking price for detached homes.
If a semi-detached home will work best, there are currently 4 listed here in Griesbach. Let's talk about pricing.
Over the past year, semi-detached homes were listed at an average price of just over $437,000. They sold at an average price of just under $435,000. Over the last 90 days, the average sale price has been just over $430,000. So we're getting a little bit lower there. Today, you can expect to pay around $447,000 for a semi-detached home here. This means if you have $22,350, you could own a semi-detached home here. And with the current interest rate of 3.87%, your estimated monthly mortgage cost, excluding utilities and property taxes, could be as low as $2,072. If you're looking to sell, buyers are paying on average 98.6% of the original asking price for semi-detached homes here.
If you're looking for something affordable, there are 4 townhouses listed right now in Griesbach. Let's get into some pricing.
Over the past year, townhouses were listed at an average price of just over $343,000 and sold at an average price of $342,000. Over the last 90 days, the average sale price was just over $334,000. Today, you can expect to pay around $382,000 for a townhome here. This means for as little as $19,100, you could own a townhouse here. And with the current interest rate of 3.87%, your estimated monthly mortgage cost, excluding utilities and property taxes, could be as low as $1,770. If you're a seller here in Griesbach, buyers are paying on average 99.3% of the original asking price for townhomes.
If you are looking for something with little maintenance, there are 8 apartment condos listed right now in Griesbach. Let's see how much they cost.
Over the past year, apartment condos were listed at an average price of just under $303,000. They sold at an average price of just over $298,000. Over the last 90 days, the average sale price has been just under $257,000. Dramatic decrease right there. Today, you can expect to pay around $348,000 for an apartment condo here. This means with as little as $17,400, you could own an apartment condo here. And with the current interest rate of 3.87%, your estimated monthly mortgage cost, excluding utilities, condo fees, and property taxes, could be as low as $1,613. If you have a condo here already, buyers are paying on average 101% of the original asking price for apartment condos, so a little bit more demand here for apartment condos.
Next, let's figure out how fast these homes are selling here.
To compare, over the last 3 months in Edmonton, homes were selling at an average of 44 days. In Griesbach, homes are selling in 34 days. This tells us that demand here overall is higher than the city average, meaning homes are moving quicker when compared to the rest of Edmonton.
So what does the future look like for Griesbach? To figure this out, we reviewed the city's planned projects.
There is one city plan project surrounding Griesbach. It will be an extension of an LRT. The extension will reach Griesbach at the northwest corner and encircle the neighborhood going east to 97th Street, then all the way south. By December 2026, the city estimates the project to be completed.
Overall, this development is anticipated to have a positive effect on real estate pricing. When compared to other neighborhoods in Edmonton, is Griesbach the best location?
We analyze it across 20 key categories so you can decide if this is the perfect place for you.
First, let's start with amenities.
When it comes to parks, Griesbach has 5 parks, which are well maintained. They offer a public garden, a basketball court, playground equipment, city views, and there are tons of trails and empty spaces all throughout the neighborhood, which earns it a score of 5 out of 5. If fitness is a priority, unfortunately Griesbach has only one outdoor fitness station and no indoor gym, giving it a score of 1 out of 5. For community services and activities, there is no community center within the neighborhood, earning this a score of 1 out of 5. For families, Griesbach has all designated schools within 2 kilometers, which results in a score of 5 out of 5. For our lovely seniors, there are 4 senior centers within 3 kilometers, with at least one that offers basic support services and a variety of activities like shuffleboard, curling, crib, pool, a library, dance nights, and even live bands that come in, and so much more at the Northwest Edmonton Senior Society, as shown here. This earns a score of 5 out of 5. When it comes to healthcare, Griesbach offers 3 pharmacies, 3 dental clinics, 2 doctor's offices, and 1 veterinary clinic within 1 kilometer, giving us a score of 5 out of 5. Need to shop? Griesbach has 16 retail stores within 2 kilometers, scoring 5 out of 5. If you forgot an ingredient, Griesbach has 6 grocery stores within 1.5 kilometers, earning this category a score of 5 out of 5. For dining, there are 11 fast food and 6 restaurant options within 1 kilometer. One of the restaurants in Griesbach is called Eat and Dip, and the owners were kind enough to show us around, give us their best dish, which is called the sausage shawarma, and so we did a review of that and asked them a few questions about the community. First, we tried the food. The sauces were perfect and there was lots of it, unlike other shawarma spots where there's too many vegetables and no sauce, leaving your mouth dry. The portions were large, the chicken was juicy, The bread surrounding the shawarma was like seared perfectly and didn't sog when I left for like 30 minutes. Overall, the place was clean, everyone was so nice, and we were super impressed with the place. After we tried the food, we asked Amin, the co-owner of Eat and Dip, a little bit about the community.
Okay, guys, so I'm with the co-owner of Eat and Dip. His name is Amin. Amin, can you tell us a little bit more about Eat and Dip?
We've been open for about like half a decade now, around 5 years. We're located in Griesbach. We started off as a sub concept mainly. However, in recent years, we've actually grown, and our menu contains over 120 items now, and like pretty much all of them have like positive reviews at the minimum. One of our main concepts as well is our dipping sauces.
Yep.
Everything you buy comes with a free dipping sauces. It's around like 2 ounces, way more than anyone else.
Do you find the neighborhoods quite safe?
Yeah, so we had some issues around like 5 years ago, but that was less of the community here and more of the community that was surrounding us. However, that all got solved, and now it's like probably one of the safest places you can be in the north side.
Does Griesbach have a nice community?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that shocked me is the community here is very like open and very like welcoming.
Wow.
And they're also very like active as well with the small businesses. There's this app called Griesbach Connect. It has like around 1,000 people in it or so. We've collabed with them in order for us to we get exposure from them for people like knowing about us in this community. At the same time, they get something back. They pay a certain amount a year, and they get discounts from local businesses. We personally give them 20% discounts. So
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like a coupon book kind of thing.
exactly, yeah.
Or if people buy it, then you get 20% off?
Yeah, if you just show us that you're a member of that, like you're a member of the Griesbach Connect,
Yeah.
you get 20%. You really don't have any limits. You just walk in, no questions asked.
Wow, that sounds like a really good deal. Amin, thank you so much
Of
for your
course,
time.
man.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, 100%.
If you guys are ever in the area, you've got to try Eat and Dip. Now, back to the review. For dining, we gave it a 5 out of 5. For coffee lovers, there are 4 coffee shops within 1 kilometer. One of those coffee shops is called Mocha. Honestly, it's a perfect place if you want to study, don't drink, or even have a business meeting. You definitely have to try Mocha if you're ever in the area. Since there's 4 coffee shops in Griesbach, we give it a score of 5 out of 5. Looking for a night out, Griesbach has 1 bar within 1.5 kilometers, earning a score of 1 out of 5. Looking for things to do? Within 1.5 kilometer, there's one entertainment option called Prospectors, which is a casino, scoring 3 out of 5.
Now let's talk about getting around. If you take the bus, here's a map of all the bus stops within the neighborhood.
Next up, let's take a look at what the public transit options are like in Griesbach. The transit stops in Griesbach are well maintained, earning a score of 5 out of 5. The nearest transit center is 1 kilometer away, which earns it a score of 5 out of 5. Safety and cleanliness matter, so how does Griesbach compare? When it comes to crime, the crime rate in Griesbach is 18.92% below the city average per 1,000 people, scoring 3 out of 5. When it comes to litter and waste, Griesbach is somewhat maintained. On the south end, there's very little trash, and everything is well maintained apart from a few areas around construction and developments. However, there is a lot of trash near these sites, and in the north part of Griesbach, near the older developments, there is significantly more trash, earning a score of 3 out of 5. The roads, sidewalks, and public spaces in Griesbach are moderately maintained. On the north end of Griesbach, there is a lot of older housing where the infrastructure has not been properly maintained, and some properties are in disrepair. The south and west side of Griesbach is significantly better, which gives us a score of 3 out of 5. Next, we took a look at how quiet Griesbach is, both day and night. If you work from home, expect noise levels around 56 decibels at noon, which is considered moderate, earning a score of 3 out of 5. At night, when you're winding down, it drops to 45 decibels, making it slightly disruptive, earning a score of 3 out of 5. Finally, let's talk about what really matters. How affordable are homes in Griesbach? The 90-day average home sold price in Griesbach is 8.1% below Edmonton's 1-month average. This indicates that homes here are more affordable, which gives us a score of 3 out of 5. That wraps up our review of Griesbach with a total score of 74 out of 100. neighborhood offers tons of great features and qualities. Would I live here personally? Honestly, yes, 100%. Whether I'm looking for a condo, which has quite high demand right now, I would definitely live here. Townhouses are quite affordable right now as well. Gyms is the only thing that kind of bugs me. With a 1 out of 5, there's really no gyms within the neighborhood. I'm going to have to go a little bit outside of the neighborhood for that. Northgate is like right nearby, which is super nice. So if I ever need like groceries or if I ever want to do some shopping, that's super nice as well. Dining options were also super nice. Tons of great options there. And overall, I think it's a fantastic community. If you guys have lived or currently live in Griesbach, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions of the neighborhood. Please leave a comment down below. And whether it's buying or selling, I work with buyers and agents daily. Whether it's this neighborhood or elsewhere, off market or currently listed, I can sell or find you the perfect home for you and your family. Please send me a message on any of my platforms, and I'd be happy to help you out.